Welcome to the Black Open University show. Rebuilding education from an African place of being. Welcome to the Black Open University show. Rebuilding education from an African place of being. Build deep and complete.
Do you know of the water of life?
What's the big idea? What's the big idea? Original again, start from the heart. Not too deep. I see, I feel, mathematics, matrix, institutes, patterns. 1, 2, 3, you learn classic.
Welcome to the Black Open University show. Rebuilding education from an African place of being. Welcome to the Black Open University show. Building education from an African place of being.
Dip and down, dip and down. We're in there. Dip and down, dip and down, dip and down. We're in there. Inside of who you are. Inside of who you are. Time has its own way to be. Gracious behavior is the savior. It seems to be inside of who you are. The sky is like a storybook with sand in your eyes. See the light, come and see sunrise inside of who you are. It seems to be inside of who you are. The sky is like a storybook with sand in your eyes. See the light, come see sunrise inside of who you are.
Welcome to the Black Open University show
on Bless.
Rebuilding education from an African place of being.
On Bless Radio.
Welcome, family. Hashima, this is Astamari Bartekun. Welcome to the Black Open University show here on Bless Radio. As we do, Yatawagi Salamta, warrior greeting, Exir Yamasagan Hashima Tawagi Asab, Creator be praised, respect the warrior idea. We give thanks, a special thanks to the mighty Omowale. The Omo has returned, the mighty one has returned to share powerful wisdom as he does. Pan-African heritage. And all the blessed station sound people, DJs and presenters, engineers and management. We give thanks to all ones in the setup of this special vehicle of knowledge, Bless Radio. We give thanks to the community. I see that the community is very engaged with our programs. We're getting a lot of response and feed forward, so we give thanks for all of that. Keep it up, keep on being well connected and sharing the vibes. Cycle out the shows, promote them, share them, like them. You know the routine. So we give thanks to all ones. This show has to move even swifter than our normal swiftness. It has to move very, very swiftly. We have I think I get into the routine of saying we have a special feature every time, every show. They're always special. But this one here is a special feature. The feature is a review of our Dark and Wild gathering that took place on Saturday. It was a launch party and it was fantastic. We had a great launch party, and I'm so pleased to be able to share with you testimonials from the party. So those are ones who didn't get to reach it. I know many ones gave apologies and many events were going on and so on and this and that. And so you didn't get to enjoy the launching of so many wonderful things. But just to recap, we launched our You Learn Naturally Creative Learning Festival, which starts on March the 6th. And goes to March the 15th. So that is coming up. The launch party was on Saturday. Inside of that program, we'll be launching a high altitude balloon, which is a fantastic thing. And I had a chance to explain the details of this and the background behind all of the projects to those who attended. Big up to all ones who attended the Dark and Wild and got Dark and Wild. You know, we had a wonderful time. And now I'm going to share insight for this. But you know what really touched me for this Dark and Wild? It's a bit personal in the sense of launch. I performed my first puppet show. Yes. Abit and the Point of Origin. The first You Learn Naturally steamed up puppet show. Yeah, it was very nice. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed such wonderful reflections since doing this thing. It's a long cycle that I have been interested in doing this puppet show. It's so exciting that it seems to have bumped the radio show's normal schedule and normal slots of things that we do. But I will return to the routine. But let me just tell you a bit about this puppet show. So, it's, for a long time I have realized that puppetry is an undervalued art form, especially in conveying learning to children, but adults as well. I go far to find the occasional good puppet show. I will travel for it, and it's hard to find, and I have to say, virtually impossible to find Africans delivering constructive African puppetry. African puppetry, I mean puppetry from an African place of being. And how can that be when ones are the original puppeteers? Anyway, it's coming home. Puppetry's coming home. So, we hosted at the Dark and Wild on Saturday, just past, the first You Learn Naturally steamed up puppetry show. And the story was called Abit and the Point of Origin. And I before this show, like I said, it's a long cycle, years that I've been thinking about putting things into puppetry and researching the ways to do this, and even I thought I would do some courses for this. However, it is I give thanks that I am blessed to have some skills that lend themselves to just diving straight into wonderful puppetry. The business of Dankira Tawagi African Warrior Dance, with its drama elements and performance elements, sets one up neatly for this thing. The hand signing that we have in our practice sets one up neatly for this thing. And the warrior idea, yes, the philosophy of the Tawagi Asab, the warrior idea, sets one up neatly for this thing. So, having been so set up and highly blessed, I prepared and we dived into it with the assistance of the one Hortense in regard to the creation of the physical puppet. I have to say, it started with my youngest daughter and I exploring puppetry, this puppet in a very, very crude form. But the one Hortense, who you will hear how people experience the puppet that she brought to life with her fantastic craft skills. Yeah, she put in a lot of work, so I'm going to have to hail her up and make sure if she's listening to this show, she can't say that she never get acknowledgement for the hours, for the sleepless nights, beloved. You are well appreciated, loved. Yeah, no doubt. So, anyway, it's a simple format of the show today. Normally we go through things in a certain way. I'm gonna breeze through them super fast. Gazette is the part of the show we do for the astronomy. I have been focusing in simply on the moon phase. We're coming in now to the first quarter. This is the first quarter of illumination. It's about 51% illuminated. I hope you're following the cycle. The point of this is to bring your attention to it, for you to think about why the moon is phasing like this, and to come into tune with it. So every week we make sure we cite up the orientation of moon phase. Yeah. So first quarter, 51% illuminated. Tune into the cycle of the moon. Charek-a. Charek-a is moon. Ba'amarenia kwankwa in the language of Ethiopia. Yes. We're going to move on. The next phase of our show would be the news. Zaina Gize. I've already given you the news. The news is that we had a fantastic Dark and Wild party. A launch party. There's more news than that, of course. Numerous things are going on. In that launching, we launched the beginning of the production for the video, What's the Big Idea? And so we've been in a closer movement. The teams, there's 3 teams coming together around our video production: an animation team, a music production team, and a video production team. And we had our our joint collaboration meeting, which fed in then to the launch party. So that was a launching point for that cycle there, that period. Fantastic. And so be ready. That thing, when it comes, this video and utterance, music, rap, spoken word, new form, it's going to go viral. You need to help it. Forget the corona business. Make this music take to the air. Let everyone receive it. Take it in. What's the big idea? All the classic and big ideas of mathematics in a rap less than 4.5 minutes. Then unpacking that through the Mantis memory matrix. A tool for memorization and fantastic mind mapping. New technology from an African place of being. So we launched a lot. I think you're seeing it now. If you weren't able to attend the launch event, well, you know you missed out. But don't worry, because there's more to come, and you're going to hear the testimonials. So we're going to move into that. The next phase of the show, we would normally speak to things of the core learning programs. The core learning programs at Abundance Centres, UK Development Trust, the Black Open University. The core programs are the Level Being 9 program for cadets, for young people, children. And this is a program focused around advanced attainment of GCSEs, particularly in the area of the maths, science and related subjects. But our learning is not just the subject named, it's unified knowledge. So those subjects are learnt in the context of a steamed up environment. Science, technology, engineering and math plus the arts. STEM plus the arts. We have the pedagogy class. This is a way of learning about the system of teaching called unified knowledge for the parent, for the teacher. We have the hair structure science course. We have the Dankira Tawagi course. So these courses are flagship courses in the mode of unified knowledge. They're running at the Chestnut Community Centre. The times are available to you. Check us at abundancecentre.org or contact us on 020-8815-3939 is the office number. 020-8815-3939. Check out the details for the courses, get the prospectus. You can go to blackopenuniversity.eu, blackopenuniversity.eu, and from there you will find the link to the prospectus, a link to the e-learning space. There's a lot of stuff going on. Join in. And there are other courses. Those are the flagship courses. There are smaller courses, the kind of taster courses that let you pick up an advanced thing in a short time and change the perspective, go deep into a new perspective on a thing. Many courses like this. Check out the e-learning space. So, the weekly feature are testimonials. We have a series of testimonials to play for you. I need to go into it because I'm telling you, it's amazing. The puppetry show is not a long puppetry show. It's quite a short one. I've realized that I have to keep some of these things secret. Even I had in mind that I would tell you the story, but it's not right. I can't tell you the story. The only way you can hear the story of Abit and the point of origin is to come to the next puppet show. So, never mind. I'm not going to tell you the story, but I am going to let you hear from people who heard the story and experience the puppetry. So yeah, it's like this. We have to do it this way because it's a new form, and the new form needs due respect. Okay, let me roll it straight in. We're going straight in. Please bear with this recording. It's a lengthy one, but all of it's very insightful. We're speaking to some very wonderful people who attended the Dark and Wild gathering. Each one have a whole range of special things that we could talk about differently, but they gracefully agreed to share their thoughts, partly about the puppetry show, but also about the warrior dance that took place. We had some dancing. Oh man, the dancing. Warrior dance. Abit Ngoma. The dance of the mantis. Come on now. So, if you don't know what that is, then you're going to hear about it in the testimonials. And surely you will know you need to be in the next Dark and Wild. Or just enroll in the Dankira Tawagi warrior dance class. African warrior dance. There's nothing like it anywhere else. So, tune in.
Build deep and complete.
On Bless.
Build deep and complete.
On Bless.
Do you know of the water of life?
What's the big idea? What's the big idea? Original again, start from the heart. Not too deep.
I have to pull that up on Yikata. Let it pass. Just to say that some of these testimonials I did on the phone. I had to phone ones and record it over the phone. And yeah, the phone recording can be a little bit harsh on the tone in terms of the sound audio quality. So please excuse that. If it sounds a bit sharp, don't watch that. Tune into the word sound. I've tried to cushion it for you. But just in case, please bear with us for that one. I'm going to pull it back again to the forward so you can get ready for insights into the world's first You Learn Naturally steamed up puppetry show, Abit and the Point of Origin, in the Dark and Wild gathering at the Chestnut Community Centre, Saturday just past. You want to book your tickets for the next show, it's going to be completely sold out. So you want to book your tickets in advance. I'm telling you, this show, my reflections, I know I meant to pull it back, but my reflections are like, there's so much more to go into the show. But listen to the testimonials for the first one and try, well, get with it. It's that simple talk. Get with it.
Build deep and complete.
On Bless.
Do you know of the water of life?
What's the big idea? What's the big idea? Original again, start from the heart. Not too deep. I see, I feel. Mathematics, matrix, institutes, patterns. 1, 2, 3, you learn naturally. Classic.
Welcome to the Black Open University Show.
On Bless.
Rebuilding education from an African place of being. Welcome to the Black Open University Show. Building education from an African place of being.
Welcome, Kemi. Hashima.
Hashima, Asastamari.
Well, Thank you. You've attended our recent Dark and Wild event. Please introduce yourself and share your thoughts. I'm interested in how you found the puppet show, which was on Abit and the Point of Origin, and also how you found the general warrior dance Dankira Tawagi experience that we had at the Dark and Wild event.
Hashima. My name is Star Kemi. That's how I'm known in the community, Star Kemi. And I did indeed attend the Dark and Wild event on the 29th of February. The puppet show, first of all, that was really, actually, that was, the whole concept was very enjoyable. What I noticed was how the children were just thoroughly engaged. In fact, everybody was engaged in the story and the imagery. So we had the visuals and we had the puppet. And I think that the actual story, the thing that I took away from it was the actual definition of what is a point. A point being a place where you put your attention. And that, in other words, it's not a physical place. And you can use references towards a point, but you can't actually ever reach that point. And those were some of the things that were concepts that were in the story itself. And that was quite deep to me, particularly because I'm involved in a lot of creative processes at the moment anyway. And I've thought about the whole process of creating something and designing something. And in terms of design, it's in the design stage before you actually create it. It's in your mind. It's a non-physical place. And so, just getting a definition of what is a point, and it being where you put your attention, and realizing that is actually, when we really embrace that definition, we're embracing the metaphysical aspect of reality. It was really powerful. Now, I don't know whether any of the children there would have grasped that, along with some of the other concepts that were embedded in the story, but I thought that was the beauty of it, because the children were just thoroughly engaged with the story, the imagery, the visuals, the puppet, and the story itself was interesting. But underlying that story, there were very strong principles and even deep philosophical reasonings that they can come to you later on, like epiphanies, and you wouldn't even have realized that it's in there. And just the enjoyment, you grasp the children's interest, and you're actually introducing to them some basic mathematical principles and also some very deep philosophical ideas. So I enjoyed it on every level. I would have loved to have maths lessons like that, definitely. There you are. It's just nice to see it.
Give thanks.
Thanks very much.
Give thanks. Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that. You've given a very thorough sharing of your thoughts on it, and we welcome that. I mean, as I mentioned at the event, that was the first public puppet show that I've done, but I've been thinking about this for a long time, because I feel that puppetry can convey much, and obviously because you are one that has completed our pedagogy learning, the Unified Knowledge Foundation pedagogy course, so you know that story is one of our 10 principal processes and protocols. So adding this to the repertoire and then developing forms for families to use, puppetry to use this, that's where it's going. And so I welcome your just sharing what you're giving now. My intention is to develop the form with resources, to secure resources to help us develop this form and this practice for the organisation, for our cooperatives. Thank you for that. Okay, so there was the second matter being the warrior dance. So if you don't mind, please reintroduce yourself and just flow into that one as well. Your thoughts on the warrior dance, Dankira Tawagi experience at the recent Dark and Wild event.
Hashima, I am Star Kelly. I recently attended the Dark and Wild event that was on the 29th of February, and amongst some of the things we covered, we got to some Dankira Tawagi dance, and actually this is not the first Dark and Wild gathering I've attended, but it is my favourite part. There are lots of stuff in there. There's the drumming, there was the storytelling, sometimes presentations, but that's my favourite part. And the music is varies, whatever music we have, but it's actually doing the martial art that is great. And yesterday what we did was we did a bit for the praying mantis and moving in a particular way, so making observations on how the precision of the movement. It's about precision movements and measuring and making judgments. And earlier on we'd heard the story. We'd see a video of a praying mantis that was molting but also moving, so shedding its skin, but also moving, the kind of movement. So we'd observed that in the puppetry and in the video, and then we actually then went on to apply those principles in our movements as far as the warrior dance. Right? So it's a really good workout. I found myself breathing quite heavily very quickly, so it told me that I haven't really pushed my cardiovascular system for a long time. So that was good. Got a bit hot, a bit sweaty, but it's really enjoyable. It's just a different way of interacting and perceiving other people in the space, interacting in the space in a particular way after a particular form of, let's say, animal movement. So, yeah, it's great. That's one of my best, just the physical nature of it. It's very, very good. I recommend it.
Give thanks. Yeah, well, I especially enjoyed the setup for this, because obviously Abit is one of our two main characters. Abit and Winchi in the Dankira Tawagi warrior dance practice are the two main characters, and there are different ways to introduce performing the dances of these characters. But as you've just explained and outlined, to have a story told, a puppetry story told, in which there was a lot of video background about Abit and showing its movement, to do all of that. And I also felt, as much as I was involved in expressing the puppetry, there's still quite a way to go in the full expression of that. But when you come to the full embodied movement as a Tawagi, it's easier for me. I said that, and so I enjoyed being able to take the translation to that place where everyone can see it in a much crystal clearer form, and not only see it but actually do it. Yeah, that's the point. And not only do it, but do it together in a harmony. Yeah, as you said, it's amazing what you can do in a space, in a social gathering, and it shows, for me, it shows the huge gap in the range of things that we can do as we gather to uplift community socially, to have an uplifting social gathering. There's a much broader range of things that can be done. And most people, obviously, they don't know. They just don't know this thing because it seems to be a specific cultural art. But in actual reality, if one were to place it alongside or in parallel to how another culture might relate to yoga, as a communal breathing exercise, a social exercise, it's completely reasonable and the best things to be doing, to gather and do. So Yeah, well done. Hashima to you. And yeah, thank you for sharing your thoughts on the Dankira Tawagi. Yeah.
No problem.
Give thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night then, Hashima.
Good night, Hashima.
Hashima, thank you. Bye-bye.
Build deep and complete. Welcome to the Black Open University Show
On Bless Radio.
So, my name's Yasmin, and I was at the Dark and Wild Gathering. We done a puppet show. What I liked about the puppet show was the puppet a bit, which is the praying mantis. The way it moved its arms and legs, it was like really realistic, and that was one thing that was nice about the puppet show. Also, the detail into how the people who made the puppets, it was very good. I liked the face and how they done the neck, and yeah, that's about it. Also in the Dark and Wild, there was some dance, Dankira Tawagi.
Before we get to the dance, how did you find the story?
Oh, I like the story about when a bit was playing with the points, and we took some ideas from a couple of people, and one of the ideas, which was my one, is I thought that the points were like guiding them. So
Oh, sorry, let me explain. So you mean when you say we took some ideas, that's when I asked everyone what they thought a point was.
And I thought that a point was like something you could use to guide.
That's right. So before the show, I asked everyone that question, what is a point? Because the word point comes up a lot in the story. Yes, what else did you find interesting? What did you like about the story?
The story, I liked the way the story was flowing nicely, and the way you told it was very nice. Like when Winchy said, a bit, I've got a great idea. You didn't say a bit, I got a great idea. You said it like Winchy was actually saying it.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the show. And yeah, there's more to come. This was my first puppet show. And Yasmin, you and I, we were at the beginning of making that puppet. So you've seen it come to a very far place from when we started with this piece of blue plastic and those yellow gloves. So anyway, I'm glad that you've experienced that. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hashima.
No, Hashima.
So, tell us a bit more.
We were still in the Dark and Wild. We done some Dankira Tawagi, which is dance and movement. And what I liked about it is the arm movements we all done, and the movements, they were very graceful and nice. It was just smooth.
Yeah, it was smooth. African warrior dance. It's a very special form that we have there, dancing as the praying mantis. And there were quite a few new people there. There were some people there that you didn't see at the Dankira gathering, the Dark and Wild gathering. How did you find their movement?
I liked their movement. It was cool. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you, Hashima.
Hashima, thank you, everybody.
Yes. You learn naturally radio. Yes. You learn naturally radio. You learn naturally radio.
My name is Yvonne Williams, and I attended the Dark and Wild on Saturday, where there was Astamari Batakan, my grandson, my granddaughter, Aki Menkela, and some other people that I'd come into contact with, and also previously, and other people who had just come to find out about the event. I observed the Tuagi, that was the dance that was happening. Particularly enjoyed watching Akin very freely do his habit, which I felt was like an introduction. And I also attend the Tuagi classes on a Friday evening, in which I've been learning the art of the dance, along with the dynamics that go with it. And I didn't make an opportunity to join in on this occasion, but I will be during other events.
Thank you for sharing that, Yvonne. It's very good to hear you, and you are one with a particularly special experience regarding the Dankira Tuagi warrior dance, because you are one that has seen your grandchildren involved in related learning, the level being 9 class, and you have also been involved for a length of time in the pedagogy class, Educating with Unified Knowledge Foundation Course 1, for which you have passed through the first phase of this. So you are one for a special experience with that, and obviously you have also seen several Dark and Wild events. So I was observing as we were in the play, and you were on. The reason why you weren't able to attend into the dance so much because you were busy preparing healthful food for us in the kitchen. You were helping out with this, but I observed you observing the movement from your view, and it made me to wonder how you were finding the movement, especially for the adults. Because there were several adults there who, for them, it was completely new in terms of coming into that warrior dance space, the way that we do it, and how you found the whole flow of that. Both adult and children. There were children there who, for whom it was also new. So you were seeing a new thing for themselves.
Yeah, I thought that they were particularly natural in their movements, and also in their adaptations of the art of the dance.
Yes, it was very good. And what I realised in this process, I did speak with Tuagi Kemi, and in our reasoning, I realised, I made a point to say that I enjoyed the way this was set up, the setup towards doing the warrior dance, because there are different ways that I can introduce that, and typically in a class it comes in a certain way, but obviously this isn't a class, this is a social gathering. We're having a social gathering in which there is dance and food and social networking going on, but the dance was preceded by the puppet show, Abit and the Point of Origin. And so inside of that, we had spent a lengthy time watching a puppet show about Abit and its world, the world of Abit, and also a video which was showing the whole instar molting process of Abit, the transformation of Abit and its movement. And so ones were in a deep concentration for this in the precursor to doing the dance. And I enjoyed the fact that at the end of the show, there's a range of movement that you can do with the puppetry, which is within its range is very special. And I receive gracefully all the praise from the children and adults about how they found the show. There's a range of movement within that, and there's an immersion inside of that. But when you come to doing full-on warrior dance as a human-bodied being, the range is perhaps easier to get to of expression. So I enjoyed moving from the puppet show to the full Dankira Tawagi Abit Ngoma, and then to be with in a gathering where ones had just watched that and had that concentration and were then able to start to express it in body, in dance, socially, with such fun and harmony. It was very nice. I enjoyed it very much. Yeah.
And maybe as well that the people that actually experienced the dance was able to visualize, especially when they were doing the Ngoma.
Yes, I see that. That is my point, exactly that the precursor show enhanced the visualization so that they can express it more naturally, quickly. Yeah. And it was good. It was very good. So I'm going to collect some more thoughts from other ones, and we'll put this forward. This will be out in some podcast and testimonials, so one can hear from the inside what Dankira Tawagi is about. Yeah. Okay. I mean, also, the precursor to the show, the puppet show, was obviously a reasoning about our festival. And the festival shows a whole range of creative learning events and forms, and the ones were able to hear about those things. So that is also part of the precursor, to show a powerful range of activities that the collective, the cooperative are doing. It was good. It was a great flow. So again, go on.
The only thing that I thought that may have been missing was actually the conflict with the events of the Science Week and the events, all the forthcoming events.
Yeah. You know what happened there? We had some visitors earlier on, and they took them all. They took them out because they wanted to circulate them. So I allowed that, and there was a point where I had hoped to reprint some more for the gathering, but that didn't take place. So we'll have to bear that in mind. I will obviously circulate. The ones who came have seen that. They've seen that information. But it would have been very appropriate to have more of them there still, so one could have taken a batch or so and taken it forward and circulate them.
Okay, because I was looking at Pat, can't remember. She said that
Sister Itrisha or Sister Sonia?
Itrisha, yeah.
Itrisha, okay.
She said that she hadn't seen one.
Okay.
So that was why I also went out to look for them, and then I did, because I remember seeing some on the table.
Yeah. So ones came earlier on and cleaned them all out. So I will send it to her. I've sent it to her already.
Okay.
I'll resend it so it's at the top of her in tray.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
And they were actually amazed at the way that when you were questioning the cadets and their responses, so they were asking about the Monday and Tuesday classes and showing some interest.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the things that we're doing is that there are advanced forms. Internally, we know there's a lot of work to do and many more places to move to, and the pace can be always refined and enhanced. But without a doubt, when these things are shown externally, it's a complete innovation and advanced thing for most people. Did you hear any feedback from the children? Did they share with you any of their thoughts about the event or anything like this?
They were trying to stay awake, but they fell asleep. I know Kim wanted to voice his opinion.
Okay, well, what we will do, I mean, tomorrow, I will do a recording for them, and let's have a chance to hear their voice about the show, so you can prepare them for that. Okay. Give thanks, Yvonne.
Okay, Hashima.
Build deep and complete. Welcome to the Black Open University show
on Bless Radio.
Okay, Akeem, so you've got something to say about our recent Dark and Wild gathering. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you have to say.
Hi, my name is Akeem Anthony M. Williams, and the day before yesterday I was at the Dark and Wild, and regarding to the puppet show, Astamari made a praying mantis, and he was using movements, and in the puppet show a bit took one of his special naps. And then after the puppet show,
just regarding the puppet show, so because you did something with your hands, so when you said movement, it was hand movement. Obviously it's puppetry, so I was using the hand movement to express the puppet. How did you find the puppet show, both in terms of, well, the whole thing? What was it like? Because the people who are listening to this, probably they weren't there, and so they have no idea what we're talking about. So you should explain how it looked, the environment, the way the puppet was, the way the story was, this kind of thing.
Okay, so the puppet, it had some cardboard curved hands, like a raw praying mantis, and some cardboard wings at the back for it to fly, but it didn't fly in the puppet show, and the head, and some orange eyes, and Asmari was putting some realistic movements to it for it to look real. And okay.
Did you feel the character of Abbott in the show?
Yes, I did.
Good. Well, that's the idea in puppetry.
It was great.
Well, good. Give thanks. That is good. Good to hear that. How did you find the story?
Interesting.
What was interesting about the story, Akeem?
The movement, how you made it move, and what you was when you was talking about a bit realizing about measure, look. Measure, okay. Look means measure. Okay, and number, Kuta. Okay, and ratio, Kafu. And about he was playing with some points, and his friend Winchy was impressed of those two, of how he realized Okay.
How he realised.
How she realised that he had two different worlds.
It's interesting. Okay. So yeah, good. I'm glad you saw it, and you know that we're discussing these things in our classes, so you're seeing it in a new way. This is a new way. It's my first puppet show, Akeem, and so.
Wait, I saw you do another puppet show with the other praying mantis there.
Oh, the one I showed on WhatsApp.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was a pilot. There was no audience there. I was doing that as practice for this, so that it was a taster of the thing, but it wasn't the thing. What you saw at the Dark and Wild was a show. So you saw some preparations to the show, which I didn't send out to anyone else. I only sent it out to members, just so they have a vibe of what's going on. But that was the first show. That's the first time the story, when I did that first one, the story wasn't in it. It was simply some movements and some background things. But this had the story, the movements, and the whole setup of the area, the performance space. So it was the show. Different. Okay, King, cool. Well done. I think you've said quite a bit on there, but is there anything else you want to say about the puppet show?
There's one question I want to ask you.
Okay.
Where was Winchy the crane?
In the puppet show?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. Well, I'm thinking about that. Winchy, at this point, Winchy in the puppet show is in the mind of the audience. And I'm going to... You saw there was a video playing in the background.
Yeah, the other praying mantis. I think that was a deadleaf mantis, or...
That's right, Philocrania paradoxa, the African deadleaf mantis molting.
Or ghost mantis, you can call it.
Some people do call it that. So, yeah, there was a video like this. But actually, the puppet show, the next version of the puppet show, which you're going to see soon, I expect, is going to have that video, but other things coming in between the scenes of the video to illustrate the points being made in the story. And so you will see some things to do with Winchy in this. In the next version of the show, there'll be some visuals to help you see what Winchy is doing. But in this first show, Winchy was in the mind of the audience, simply because the Abit puppet requires both hands and a lot of effort to be involved in it. So it's not possible to come out of it and play another puppet. However, it would be great to have more puppeteers.
So that's why
Hold on, I haven't finished. However, it would be great to have more puppeteers so that someone else could control the Winchy puppet. We could make the Winchy puppet. Then Winchy could be another puppet in the show. But go on, you were going to say something.
So that's why you didn't use two puppets, because you used both hands in one puppet, and you couldn't just take one out, because that one would have been laying like that. Then the show would be, I would say,
broken.
Yeah,
it would be broken if I had done that. But sometimes, if it was easy to get in and out of the puppet, then I could have done that. I could play one puppet and then come out of that and then come into another one and bring it in. That's possible, except for the scenes where the two of them are in a close interaction. When they're both talking together, they're both doing something together, then obviously it's not easy to play the two together. But the best way for that is to have more puppeteers. Another puppet, another person, another Tawagi controlling the other puppet, and then the two puppets can interact very easily.
that's what I was thinking about, because I was thinking that, the show would have been broken if you was using both at the same time, so because I was thinking then, why couldn't I have played Winchi?
Oh, but Akeem, you could. Obviously, you see it needs practice, right?
Yeah, I was thinking I needed practice because I wouldn't know how to make it move and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think I noticed how you was moving his head. You put some sellotape around your finger and then you was moving it while you was moving your finger.
Well, there's a lot happening behind, but if you become a puppeteer, then you will know all the secrets of that. And regarding the Winchi, the advantage that we have as Tawagi is that you know how to play Winchi and Goma. You know how to do the Winchi dancing, the martial arts for this. To some degree, you're learning that. So this is the advantage for a Tawagi, a member Tawagi, to actually control the puppets of a character that they know how to play. That's a real quality, and not many people have it. So you would be one of a few that could potentially control a puppet in this kind of show. Yeah. So I'm glad you have the interest and you thought about it. That's good.
There's something different I want to say. It's not to do with the puppet show, but we did it yesterday before the puppet show and before the Dampure Tawagi.
Yes.
So before we did some drumming.
At the Dark and Wild event?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was doing the Kayla and the rest of the children were doing E.
Yes.
Okay, so is Okay, so but how you play it is 100 is 1000 1000 1100 1111. Okay.
Yeah.
But on the drum it sounds better because then you could hear. But if you do it like that, it's not the same.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's different.
I get what you mean. Let me just explain that, because obviously some people are not going to know where you've gone with that thing you just done. So when you say you're playing the what you're talking about is our binary drumming system, and you're playing a word, the word with two numbers for O and M, to turn the numbers into binary, then to turn the binary into clapping or drumming. Then we can make rhythms, which is what we do and you've done. And I know you did that at the Dark and Wild, and you were keen to show that you know the thing, which you started, and obviously you want to demonstrate that you know it. So I get that. That's good.
Yeah, because I was going faster and faster, then it was broken.
That's right. Well, I respect the fact that you're determined to show that you know it, Hashima. That's good. And obviously next time you'll keep it steady so it won't break.
I need practice.
Practice at what?
Practice. I know E, but I still think I need to practice it.
What when you practice it, what will you be doing in the practice? What will you be trying to do in the practice?
Make sound correct.
Okay. Well, that's right. And inside of the making it sound correct is keeping it steady. That's it. Because if you don't rush it, then you won't become unstable, and then it won't break. It's easy to keep it steady if you don't rush it. Then it's hard to break it. If you keep it steady, it's hard to break it because you know the rhythm. You just show that you know what the pattern is. So really, the only issue is if you try to rush it and then break it. But if you keep it steady, then it won't fall. The practice, by the way, for you, now that you mention it, you have to practice with other people. There's no point for you just to practice on your own, because as soon as you start to have to play with someone else, it will get confusing and then it will break again. So if you practice, this is why you have the benefit of having a sister who is a Tawagi for this. So the two of you can practice together and then you can't fail.
But because she didn't come on the Tuesday class, that was days ago though, she doesn't know that it's 10001100111011. So I'm trying to say that I can teach her, but it depends on if she's looking at me and listening.
I hear you, and that's cool. You should teach her anything that you know that she doesn't know. You should teach her it, and likewise when she's teaching you things that you don't know, you should listen carefully and respect her for that. And when you both have that thing where you can just teach each other things that the other one is not as strong in, then you're unstoppable. That's proper Tawagi business. So I'm looking forward to that. You're speaking in the right way, Akeem. This is correct, sound reasoning, Hashima. So, okay, that's cool. We've spent a bit of time on this. I know that you've got some appointments, so let's stop on the puppetry. And yeah, tell us, you were also there for the warrior dance, the dark and wild Dankira Tawagi expressions. So please, just because I'm going to use this in different ways, reintroduce yourself and give us an introduction to how you found the Dankira Tawagi part of our Dark and Wild gathering.
Hi, my name is Akeem Anthony Amber Williams, and yes, on the day before yesterday, I was at Dark and Wild, and regarding to the Dankira Tawagi, it was great.
What makes it to be great, Akeem?
It shows how it shows the movement of the praying mantis.
So what did we do? Remember again, we're doing a podcast, and inside of that, some people are going to hear this who just have not seen it. Maybe they've not heard this thing before. The language we're using, they don't know what we mean by Dankira Tawagi. So you should explain what it is that we did. What happened when we did this warrior dance? How was it? What does it look like? What does it feel like? How was it for you? How did you think it was for others? What did you experience?
So, I felt like I was a real praying mantis because I don't exactly mean a real praying mantis. I mean like maybe a person becoming a praying mantis.
Okay, it's clear enough to me, and really this thing is not, there's only so far someone who doesn't know, hasn't done it, can get what you're saying, but I get what you're saying, and that's clear enough. Becoming is the key, and being. So anyway, what else do you have to say about this? Speak up.
The crane dance, that was fantastic. I thought I was gonna fall down, but not even once. That's because I was focusing on you, not anything else but you. Many other times I'm looking over there, and okay, so let's say that I was looking at the audience, and I wasn't looking at you, so you could easily get me and I could fall down, but this time I didn't, because I was concentrating on you more.
Okay. Well, it you have to. Well, concentration is part of consciousness, so I guess we're increasing perception and consciousness in your play. That is exactly the point. And the more you do that, and beyond concentrating on me, to concentrate on your expression, your becoming of the crane, this is the next place for you. For your concentration to be completely and only on you being Winchi. That then is the height of the freedom. So I'm looking forward to you getting there. But it was fun. I enjoyed the play. It was nice, and I know you like the Winchi and Ngoma. And in this one, this Dark and Wild, you got to play both Winchi and Ngoma and Abit and Ngoma. How did you find it when we did that group movement? Everyone, all the audience, everyone that was there was doing Abit and Ngoma movement. How did you find that?
It was cool. Because one person got to do it, then another, then another, then another. And I would say they were being they were focusing on you, just like I was. So that's how they didn't get knocked down either. And
I don't mean the time when we played 1-to-1. I don't mean that one where we played a normal Ngoma, we played 1-to-1, and I invited individuals in to explore it, some for the first time. I mean when everyone was moving all together and people were in their own spaces but were in this space, and everyone was playing Abit and Ngoma, sometimes with each other, so just free in the space. Did you experience that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyway, I know there's things that we have to be doing. Today is a busy day for you, so we could sit here and talk about this for a long time. I can see that. Okay, Akeem, anything else to say about the Dankyo Tawagi, to summarize, close up on what we're saying?
No, not anything else.
Okay, good. Thank you, Hashima.
Education from an African show. Reporting education from an African place of Open University show. Reporting education from an African place of being. Welcome to the Black Open University show. Reporting education from an African place of being.
Let's Radio.
Hi, greetings, Asamari.
Greetings, Sonia. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how you doing?
Good, I'm well, thank you. Give thanks. Yeah, the reason I'm calling is because I'm doing a review of our event. I want to do a very brief audio telephone review with you and other ones who saw the puppet show. Thank you for attending. Thank you for attending our recent event. Please introduce yourself and tell us your thoughts regarding the puppet show.
Oh, hi, my name's Sonia Kamara, and I attended the recent Dark and Wild social gathering, and I was at the puppet show. And I have to say, it was totally fascinating. Firstly, the puppet resembled the praying mantis to a T. It was quite incredible. Being a crafter myself, you could see that a lot of thought and work went into that. And then the story, first of all, I had to really take my mind back to my maths lesson. But just listening to the story regarding the points and the numbers, I was quite intrigued because I learned something. It was really a lesson about life and how we position ourselves and don't position ourselves all at the same time. It was clear to me children enjoyed the whole display, which was delivered anyone. You didn't have to be a child to actually enjoy the puppet show. It was truly an eventful evening, and I have to say thank you very much to the Dark and Wild team.
Well, thank you, Sonia. And I really appreciate your commentary because you yourself are an expert in the whole business of textiles and craft making. I mean, give us a little introduction to your program, because you're running a program at the centre. We did our Dark and Wild gathering at the Chestnut Centre, and at this very same time, you are running a program here which is related in the way of craft making. So just give us an insight to that, and then let's speak a bit more about what you were saying.
Well, I can give you an insight to sound together, but let me just continue a little bit more about the puppet.
Okay.
Now, the puppet was clearly handmade, and the puppet was handmade with fabric and textile and wire. that whoever made that puppet has got more than an imagination. That individual is a crafter, because that was something that's been made from scratch. It wasn't purchased anywhere. That's somebody who sat down and made that. And it was, you know, it was interesting because as a puppeteer, it moved. You know, it did every single thing exactly the same as the praying mantis that we could see as part and parcel on the screen. You know, it was fabulous, really. Honestly, there's so much insight that went into that. That it wasn't something that was just thrown together. You could see the depth and thought that went into that to deliver it. And I have to really commend the individuals that put that together to say that, because I was fascinated.
Well, thank you for that, because the one who put that together is a sister called Hortense, and she introduced herself. She knows the centre very well. She does works around here. She knows the centre very well, and her son is in the space a lot as well. But in our conversation, she mentioned that she has a background with theatrical work. And as soon as she said this, because I have the show coming up, I had to explore it with her. When I came to see that she has these crafting skills. So we've gone through, you're right, a lot of work has gone into the crafting of that puppet, a lot of work. We've had many...
about that, yeah.
No, I mean, she's going to be very pleased when she hears these testimonials, because several people have commented in this, and we've had a lot of coming to the centre, reviewing it, exploring it, tweaking it, going back, and she has declared that she's put quite a few sleepless nights into this. So I know she will appreciate that people just can see the quality, they can see the thing, they can see that it's craft, and it is. So yeah, you are one. As I was trying to invite you to give your credentials.
You're right, to do that, but I just wanted to say that first. You're right. So the Sound Together project, we've recently, very fortunately, was awarded some funding from the Paddington Trust Equip Bid to deliver arts and crafts. We are crafters and we are actually recyclers. So what we like to do is work with stuff, no matter what it is, textiles, fabric, paper, and make something out of nothing. And we've been so fortunate that our workshop has been oversubscribed. We've had 2 workshops so far. First one on bookbinding, which was an absolutely fabulous workshop. So much to learn about textures, putting things together. And then you've got something functional at the end, made out of scraps of paper, bits of card that people basically were going to throw away, had thrown away, and we've reclaimed them. And that was delivered by Sandra, an excellent facilitator. A lot of passion. You can easily follow her workshops with great delivery. And every single person who attended that workshop completed that task. And what was great, the following week, the week after that, when everybody came back to the class, 90% of the participants brought in their book that they'd made and showed the work that they had continued. And you should see the work that people have done. It was just so fantastic. They put pockets and diaries and memorabilia, and it started to be a bit of a journaling process for people, which is really nice. Really nice. But the program's got other bits attached to it. We've got pattern cutting with Jesslyn. We've got embroidery, crocheting. We've got Donald, a young man who's been homeless, delivering from pavement to catwalk, making items of clothing from trash. We've got Robert, a sustainable and environmental expert, delivering a workshop on sustainability and keeping things out of landfills. But what we have got, workshops going to be delivered by MLB Gilly, about starting your own business. And then we're having a big fair at the end. People can come along and purchase stuff, attend workshops, and really get to grip what the project's delivered over it will be over 12 weeks. It's
fantastic. I'm here. We're based in the centre, so I have the good fortune to be close to it, but in a way the misfortune to be working while it's happening, because I myself would like to do these things. It's great. I see everyone's really enjoying it, and I'm observing very carefully the intersection between what you're doing and this puppetry show, because the whole, for me, the fact that we've got someone who has a skill for that, and has put a hand to the crafting, that's one thing. But the real point is to develop a way so that our cadets could start to make this thing for themselves, that our members can make their own puppets and start to get into the puppetry. This for me is the point. I'm entering this to open up a whole new form of performance for our collectives. That's the idea.
No, and that's why I have to tell you are exactly on the right line, because over the years individuals have been taught to suppress their creative genius. A lot of people have not taken up the form of art, craft, hobby. And our young people, you could see the young people, at the Dark and Wild social gathering yesterday, that puppetry display, they were totally engaged and engrossed in the story, because afterwards, you ask questions, they were asked questions, and they were totally engaged and shared what they felt, what they saw, their experience. I was there and I heard exactly what what it meant to them. So we had instant engagement. So it is a craft, it is a gift as well, and yes, young people should be taught how to make puppets of all sorts of things, because growing up in the Caribbean you had the Nancy story, and growing up in Africa you have the griot, and the griot is big, but puppetry is very big in Africa.
Yes.
The show, it's really big. They have traditional puppets, masks, puppet masks, and they tell stories. And that leads me on to your story, where you were actually telling us the story of somebody who made a drum, how the drums are made, and you were explaining that process, because that is another tradition where you have families for thousands of years, where the families, that's who they do, they make up.
That's right.
It's a spiritual thing in lots of ways. A lot of people don't understand. It's all connected. It's really, really important that we discover the genius in us, our creative genius, because that is what keeps us all spiritually connected.
You're right. It is really, really special, and that, for me, also in this is the connection between the crafts, the arts and the crafts, with the STEM subjects, the science, technology, engineering and math. So obviously the story, Abit and the Point of Origin, was teaching about the real number set and real number theory, and I'll put out more resources for those who attended specifically. There's some more resources for them to follow up on that, in regard to the nature of counting numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, onto imaginary complex numbers, and so on like this. There's a follow-up to it, but to have an introduction in that way, the follow-up becomes easier, because now we've just outlined a whole creative world in which the mathematics exists in a very fun way.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. It is introduced in the mathematics in a fun way, but that's how it should be introduced. And in some ways, that's how it was introduced before, when people used to have a little block. There was a stage where people had a little bead and a little box. The abacus is something that was visual, and you could play with it.
Yeah.
And it's the same. It's a similar principle.
Yeah.
Because the visual and the tactile way of doing something, exactly the same way where you displayed that through puppetry.
That's right.
It gives individuals a chance to connect and get a bit of understanding in a simplified way, but they get it.
Yeah.
It's fabulous, really. Honestly, you have to be, very, very, very pleased with the social gathering, because it's a social gathering, but the social gathering with a learning aspect, and that's something I believe all communities need.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you had to leave a bit early, but what took place after that was that we actually went into our Dankira Tawagi, our warrior dance. So then there was an activity where everyone was dancing as Abbott, as the praying mantis. Yeah.
Great.
That was a lot of fun, and being built on the puppet show, with the immersion that already had, and obviously before the puppet show was a general reasoning about the whole context of the works. So yeah, it was a good flow. It was a very nice abundance gathering. In a way, I would say it was our best one to date, because of the way things connected. Although we'll tighten up on our sort of pre-setting of some things. I would like to have like the whole environment set up in a much more detailed way before the event starts, but that's subject to the building and other things. But aside from that, the whole flow, once it started to flow, was perfectly on point. And yeah. So, and I don't think you've really seen the warrior dance. I don't think you've seen it yet. So
I've seen when you do some training, upstairs when you're sometimes in the dance room, but I'm not sure if that's warrior dance.
That is the warrior dance, but
I've seen, when you do some stuff with Yvonne.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when we're in the class, in a way, we're training to develop a capacity for a certain way of expression. But at a Dark and Wild social gathering, that's the time to just be expressing. It's the performance day. It's the day to just show, rather than to train and learn how to show, or develop your capacity to show. This is being day. Yeah. Being present, being fully expressed, expressing the characters that you've learnt about, enjoying the drama, enjoying the show, enjoying the stories that you're telling, but the story of the events, the story of us gathering, that story as well. There's a story that's taking place as we gather. The whole thing, all the levels of being, Tawagi are preparing for that. So it's a very rich experience. The Dark and Wild social gathering is a very profound kind of experience, which, as I say, can have a person attending at one moment be watching a puppetry show, and at the next moment be a performer, even though they've had no training for it, expressing movement that was in the puppetry show.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really, it's something that, I think is wonderful, and it will continue, and obviously more and more people will get involved, because it's something that people, especially young people, it's brilliant to see young people engaged. I mean, I was just happy, because it was in the evening, and it was nice to see young people out in the evening, because when we were little, you'd be out quite late in the evening, but you don't see that so often now. So it had a lot of, for me, it was a great moment, and I was very privileged to be there, part of that, so thank you for the invitation.
No, thank you. And on a final point regarding that, it is a family-friendly event. I mean, because it's a Saturday, there's some who would like us to make it more like an adult social event, and have those kind of adult things there, like alcohol and that kind of thing. We don't do that, because that would change the dynamic from the family environment, and it's very special. It's very precious for them to be able to come out and have a kind of party, which is not a birthday party or a regular party, but it's still a party that they can see other children, they can do something constructive, get some food and vibes and relax, and see their parents and guardians also doing the same thing. and do activities that harmonise everyone through cultural arts. So it's a very specific and special kind of social gathering that we don't have enough of in the community. So I'm pleased that we are keeping that existing. And and I, just to put it back to yourself, I commend you, one, for thank you for coming, and two, on your great works.
Absolutely. No. You know, for me, it's the teamwork. You know, I believe in the teamwork. When you've got the right team, the right mechanism, the right numbers, you're into STAIR mathematics. We all know it's about the combination. And once you've got that right, it's unstoppable.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think is really important, and that's what I strive towards, because I know that that's the best way to get there, stay there, and to bring people along, and to grow yourself. For me, it's all about me growing as well. What can I learn? How can I make myself better? And that means doing things that stretch you, empower you, open up your mind. It's so important, and you can learn a lot. You see, what's really interesting, you can learn a lot from the children, and I think it's really fabulous. I just love the way that when they ask questions, they can all give you feedback. I was just really impressed by that. They all, their own what they saw, and they were happy to share that. That's just so wonderful.
Yeah, I was touched by that also. For me, this is the first puppet show. I had made a kind of pilot version, a YouTube pilot. Well, it wasn't even YouTube. It was a WhatsApp private pilot edition. So I recorded myself doing a mini version of the show. But this is the first public puppet show that I've done, and this puppetry business is something. It's caught my heart, if you like. But for a long time, I've been thinking I want to do this. I've been considering even doing courses in it. It's very hard to get training for this. And
yes, I do.
But so to have done the first one, for me, the first one was, all I'm really seeing is that there's so much more that will be in the next one, and to receive such a deep appreciation of this first level has touched me, because I know what's coming.
Yeah, no, it's very, honestly, it's very good. Very, very good. I just think it's fascinating how, you put things together, the program together, a lot of thought went into that, and this is really important, because, when we're building our houses, we're not building our houses in dry sand and waiting for the water to come in. We're building it with proper building blocks that are going to stand, nurture, empower, and grow people, and that's all actually we want as a community.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So
okay.
Thank you very much.
That's a pleasure, Samari. Well done, and I will be in touch.
Yes, likewise.
Okay then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Hashima.
Bye.
Build deep and complete.
Do you know of the water of life?
What's the big idea? What's the big idea? Original again, start from the heart. Not too deep. I see, I find. Mathematics, matrix, institutes, patterns. 1, 2, 3, classic.
Welcome to the Black Open University Show. Rebuilding education from an African place of being. Welcome to the Black Open University Show. Building education from an African place of being.
Welcome, Kemi. Hashima. Well, thank you. You've attended our recent Dark and Wild event. Please introduce yourself and share your thoughts. I'm interested in how you found the puppet show, which was on A Bit and the Point of Origin, and also how you found the general warrior dance Dankira Tawagi experience that we had at the Dark and Wild event?
Hashima. My name is Star Kemi. That's how I'm known in the community, Star Kemi. And I did indeed attend the Dark and Wild event on the 29th of February. The puppet show, first of all, that was really, actually, that was, the whole concept was very enjoyable. What I noticed was how the children were just thoroughly engaged. In fact, everybody was engaged in the story and the imagery. So we had the visuals, and we had the puppet, and I think that the actual story, the thing that I took away from it was the actual definition of what is a point. A point being a place where you put your attention, and that, in other words, it's not a physical place, and you can use references towards a point, but you can't actually ever reach that point. And those were some of the things that were concepts that were in the story itself, and that was quite deep for me, particularly because I'm involved in a lot of creative processes at the moment anyway, and I've thought about the whole process of creating something and designing something, and particularly in terms of design, it's in the design stage before you actually create it. It's in your mind. It's a non-physical place, and so just getting a definition of what is a point, and it being where you put your attention, and realizing that is actually, when we really embrace that definition, we're embracing the metaphysical aspect of reality. It was really powerful. Now, I don't know whether the children there would have grasped that, along with some of the other concepts that were embedded in the story, but I thought that was the beauty of it, because the children were just thoroughly engaged with the story, the imagery, the visuals, the puppet, and the story itself was interesting. But underlying that story, there were very strong principles and even deep philosophical reasonings that they can come to you later on, like epiphanies, and you wouldn't even have realized that it's in there. And just the enjoyment, you grow the children's interest, and you're actually introducing to them some basic mathematical principles, and also some very deep philosophical ideas. So I enjoyed it on every level.
Yes. So as you see, we've cycled through the show, returning to the beginning as we do. What you've heard is a full testimonial, a body of testimonials regarding the event, the Dark and Wild gathering, in which we did our launch event. We launched a number of things at the Dark and Wild gathering, but as you see, we launched the puppet show, and that is the commentary. The commentary was about the puppet show and about the warrior dance. So we give thanks for that. This show has been a bit of a lengthy cycle of review of that, but I trust that you've seen and heard for yourself how fantastic the last Dark and Wild gathering was, and the first ever You Learn Naturally steamed up puppet show. The feedback for this, very, very wonderful. We give thanks to all ones who attended. I'm going to wrap up our show and move straight into the final tune. Before I do, let me give you the salute. I think everything has been said inside of the testimonials. So everything has been said. Let me summarize by saying that our festival is starting on Friday, It's from the 6th of March through to the 15th of March. There'll be a whole range of programs happening. To find out more, check out abundancecenter.org/festival. This with full details of the festival. And obviously the puppet show, well, you missed the first showing. The first is the first, so you can't do the first again. However, there will be future presentations of Abit and the Point of Origin. And as I said, this is the first show. It, for me, is the beginning. There's many more to come, with even more enrichments. I can see so many more things to be featured into the show. So when we have our next event, make sure you're on the contact list for this. Make sure you're either in the WhatsApp group for the radio show, BOU, hashtag BOU radio show. That is Black Open University radio show. That is via our WhatsApp space. But you can check us at abundancecenter.org, or you can contact the office on 02088153939, or you can check me directly 07530038547, on the WhatsApp 07930501777, and on the WhatsApp you can link into the WhatsApp forum. So make sure you're on our contact list. There's numerous ways to do it. There's the YouTube, Unified Knowledge on YouTube. There's the Twitter, You Learn Naturally on Twitter, or Black Open Uni on Twitter. There's the Instagram. Come on now. Black Open University on Instagram. There's the Facebook. Numerous pages. You Learn Naturally on Facebook. Black Open University on Facebook. So you can find us, make contact, and make sure you're tuned in so you can get all the information you need. We give thanks. It's been a very special show. Thank you for your presence. And we're going to sign out with our greeting. Yitawagi Salamta. Exir Yimasagan Hashima Tawagi Asab. Creator be praised. Respect the warrior idea.
There'll come a day. There'll come a day. There'll come a day.
Yeah, there'll come a day.
Of the moment.
Listen, this tune is so fantastic. We should have to recycle that just to make sure there's no distortion. Because we love the tune so much. And that day, surely you see that through Abit and the Point of Origin, that day has come. Yes.
There'll come a day. There'll come a day. There'll come a day when the presence of the moment will truly be all there is. It will be all that will be sought after. revealing within life's riches. There'll come a day when we will stand for truly what we believe in, honoring only the truth as we truly see it. And on this day, the rainbows of light will set us free. Deep within our souls we'll know that only the goodness must show. And on the waves will flow into the midnight we'll go. An abyss of which we'll have no fear, because we'll always know that the Creator is here. Here in our souls, here in our hearts, here in our minds, creating within us a certain peace. A peace withstanding all the arrows of persecution, all the vies for validation. A peace we've never ever known in this lifetime, but have many, many, many lifetimes before. Open the door. Open the door to your heart. Release the anger. Release the tension. Release the shame, blame. Release the fear. As you know, the Creator is here. Here in abundance for you, so that you may serve another too. Honor that which you hold near and dear, for that is the only reason you are here. Yes, there'll come a day when all the pain and sorrow will wash away. And on the waves of love you see, that's where we'll be, you and me. You